Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a very weird evening. I can puppet my little standee around and give some semblance of movement and animation at least, but that's about it. Today's going to be kind of weird because we can't get on ForgeCraft One.
It's not being the friendliest.
No, it's not. Mr. Cutts is right. It fell over and it can't get up.
More so than usual, even.
Uh-huh. I'm seeing Pirates of the Caribbean quotes. Why is the rum always gone? Because I drank it all. Yeah. ForgeCraft One, I logged in briefly and saw one chunk that I was standing in, one neighboring chunk, and everything else was an abyss with rain. Nothing else loaded. And then it kicked me off, and now I can't get back on it. And it still thinks I'm logged in.
This is exactly something that I've seen twice before some previous live streams, but the difference being this time is that the thing that normally lets us restart the server isn't listening to commands.
Yeah, it's kind of bad. So, I'm optimistically staring at the server screen and hoping, but that's not doing much. Donny Mem says, "Hey, you're looking great today." Why, thank you, Donny. That's so nice of you. Yeah. Get life alert. It's not a bad idea, honestly. I think I finally have Nightbot back up and running on the YouTube side of things, by the way. I need to get him copied and aimed back at the Twitch side. I don't know if he's running over on Twitch. Blue Fox says, bad FC1. Gets out the newspaper and rolls it up. Yeah, I tried checking TPS. I tried getting it to restart like 2 or 3 times. No response at all. It is completely DOA. So I don't know if a reboot would solve it or if it's fallen over for the final time. I'm not sure. Because it's got some pretty old mods on it. Mods that are dating back now the better part of 3 months. And that's not a great thing.
Well, I mean, short of the commands not working, this is literally exactly the same behavior I've seen before. So if it was restarted, it would probably keep going.
Fingers crossed.
The problem is, good luck with that.
Yeah, exactly. I could try to connect again. Hey, Ted and Kai, what's going on? And yes, Zephyr Spirit, a rainy abyss.
No, it's still the same.
Yeah.
You get on it, we'll sit around a bit and it'll kick you off.
Actually, I don't think it's going to even let me on this time.
Yeah, probably time out on connection.
Yep. Time out. Okay. Well, that is muy bad. I don't know. We have a plan B that we're working on, maybe.
I'll close the client.
Do what?
I can't have everything open at once, so I'll close the client and do that.
You're going to have to
I've got some stuff to do yet. I've got to build the damn thing.
Yeah, you're gonna have to send me a copy of the thing. Wink wink. And
not that there's much mystery around what said thing would be if I'm building it.
Well, I don't know. It could be Legos you're going to show on a webcam. We don't know.
Whee.
Oh, hey, speaking of Legos, did you see that tweet that's been circulating yesterday and today about the D&D Lego dungeon kit?
Yep.
It's like the little heroes and the monsters and the little parts to build the dungeon, and it looks amazing. I would waste so much money on those kits if they put them out. Come play Farming Valley? What the heck is Farming Valley, Zephyr? Pirate of Old says, so if you can't get on, what is the plan? We are planning on something. Mr. Cutts has some surprises up his sleeve. It just might take 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, I really realised I should probably check that this actually works under a server and I haven't screwed something up, because I've only been checking in single player.
Yeah. So, we are working on an alternative. It might take 10 or 15 minutes, in which case you get to sit here and listen to my dulcet tones and we can talk about things. My 3 teenagers just started going to their school D&D club recently, says Stan and Kai. Your school has a D&D club? That's awesome. D&D was basically devil worship when I was growing up. There was a campaign that was being done by the Southern Baptist Church Association. It was literally, they were trying to equate it to your children worshiping Satan if you let them play D&D. So D&D was a kind of, it was almost as outlawed in some circles here in Houston, in some of my social circles when I was growing up. It was almost as illicit a behavior as smoking pot. It was literally that bad. Dungeons and Dragons, our segment for the South American. D&D.
I was trying to start up there. It's like, why is it not working? I don't see an error. Oh, right. You have to agree to the EULA before you can run a server.
I'm going to have a mod pack in which to put the thing. You're going to have to give... or just
do a plain one with the newest Forge.
Okay, let me do that.
110.2.
Yeah, so basically it's gonna be 110.2, you said?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I'm using anything from very recent cutting edge versions for 110, but
yeah.
Might as well.
Anyway, yeah, when I was growing up, D&D was kind of it's not necessarily that it was ridiculed or outlawed or whatever, it's not illegal, but it was a thing where in lots of social circles, latest Forge, there we go. It was a no-no. So most of my D&D was spent that was back room, kind of hidden, covert. It was secret, which I think made it even better personally, but that's just my opinion.
There we go. It doesn't crash. That's good.
Yeah, see, Blue Fox says, my dad is a Southern Baptist pastor, and when I did Vampire the Masquerade, he thought I was in a cult. Boom! Headshot. There you go. They wanted to send you to a therapist if you played D&D because you were crazy, says Donnie Mims. Yeah, 100%. That was way back in the 70s and 80s. That's the way it was. You were basically a devil worshiper. The reason for this was because there was one kid, a single kid, that basically had, there was even a movie done by it that starred Tom Hanks, of all people. And it was about a kid that basically had a mental stability issues. He had emotional and reality checking problems. He didn't quite know where reality started and where fantasy stopped. And he got involved in D&D with his friends, and he went off the deep end. And he was basically under his city's crawling through his city's sewer systems, trying to, turn them into dungeons. And he went off the deep end down there, mentally speaking, and killed himself. And this was made into a very big deal socially. And this happened in the early 80s. And it was turned into an anti-D&D campaign. See, this is what it does to your kids. It will warp their minds. And it was used by a lot of organizations as a kind of a spur towards getting it run out of town, so to speak. Please tell me that is the grand surprise that we're going to play D&D for today's stream with cuts. Not quite, RSEG. We don't have to prep for that. I am trying to get a live stream thing going. It's not going to be D&D. It's going to be Manapunk, the game that I wrote. I am trying to get it going. I think we've just come to grips with the fact that we're going to be using about 10% of the Roll20 website, and the rest we're going to have to do old school. So yeah. Hey, Dark Preacher, what's going on? Yeah, Donnie Mim says, I read the book for that movie. Yeah, the movie was kind of weird. It starred a young Tom Hanks as the kid in question, if I remember right. And, hey, Atomic Blum's here. And Dallas Knapp. Good grief, everybody's showing up. But yeah, it was really weird. I don't know. I think it's cool, though, that they have actually a legit D&D club at a school, because I do think it's good. I think it fosters imagination, creative thinking, storytelling, stuff like this. I think it drives the mind to think outside the normal bounds of reality and outside the normal confines of life. And I think that's a useful skill to have. And
Oh
yes,
boy, something's wrong.
Oh, something's wrong. Yes, this might turn into a 30-minute...
This might turn into a good thing Atomic Blom arrived stream.
Yeah. This might be a 30-minute to 1 hour just chat with the community live stream that I end up retitling later when it uploads to YouTube. We'll see. The important thing is I've got my coffee. I do not have a new webcam yet. I'm going to order one when I have money. That might be late March. But there is going to be another webcam in the future. I'm hoping I can get a slightly better one or a non-Logitech one, because I've had 2 pieces of Logitech hardware start to destroy themselves within the same month. So I'm not happy with Logitech stuff right now. Kiro says, a group storytelling is the best. 100%, Kiro. I 100% agree. Oh, Dan and Kai says the teachers are dungeon masters. That's the best way to do it. That is a perfect way to do it. That way the teachers know 100% what's going on, and they can develop a rapport with the kids and aim them towards thinking about specific situations and specific tasks. I think it's a really good idea. That's a great thing. Cuts. Mr. Atomic Blom says, well, you know where to find me, Cuts. For those just joining, here, I'll do my little standee puppeting thing. For those just joining, the server, ForgeCraft One, has fallen over, and we can't restart it. It's not responding to commands. It has fallen over further than it normally has before. Normally it falls over, but we can get it to start back up again. But this time, no, it's not wanting to. So, I think
subscriber.
Lewis Pullen Plays has just subscribed. Thank you, Lewis. YouTube is muffled. YouTube gaming good on sound. I have no clue, but that's not on my end, I don't think. If it was muffled, somebody probably would have said something by now. But yeah, basically, normally when ForgeCraft falls over, we can get it to respond to commands and reboot. It might take a couple of shots at the text commands that we do from IRC, but we can get it to respond. This time, it is not responding at all. The commands don't seem to do anything. It is completely seized. There is little to no sign of life. So, yeah, I don't know. Can't figure that one out. So, Mr. Cuts is seeing if he can work on a little bit of a community surprise. A little bit. It's not going to be amazing. Don't expect miracles of technology or flight. He is not solving the Middle East crisis. He's just coming up with something interesting. In the meantime, it is conversation time, and we're talking about D&D. Tan and Kai has apparently got some kids in school, and they have an official D&D club in the school, and I think that's awesome. I told them I wish I had gone to that school when I was a kid. Hey, Lewis Pullen, what's going on? Welcome to the non-Minecraft live stream. We're supposed to be playing Minecraft, but that's not going to work. Imagine this scenario. Jurassic Park miniaturized and put into New York City, says Zephyr Windspirit. What? Yeah, the dinosaurs get loose, and it isn't the T-Rex causing all the havoc. It's the hybridized velociraptors. That sounds terrifying. I would watch the heck out of that movie, but that sounds terrifying. Yellow Snap says, my son's school does also have a D&D club. That's cool. I think that's a great way to do it, especially if you get the teachers involved and they run things. They can kind of guide the kids that are interested and keep things within the realms of, you know, the safe and the norm and the well-grounded. I think that's a good way to do it. And yeah, this is supposed to be a Minecraft stream, but the server's dead. Sorry, Lewis. We will get things working here in a minute. Well, we'll get something working here in a minute. Let's see. Oh, Mr. Aridani Tribal says, I started with 3.5, edition 3.5 of D&D. I think that was the actual revised editions. 3 was the black cover editions that had all the specialty rules and stuff. I kind of like that one better than 3.5. I remember. Yeah, I played the original D&D. Hey, Pokey, what's going on? Yeah, I remember way back in the day when Elf was a class, not a race. That's the Red Box D&D, the original OG version that came out. We played that. We got a box set of that from an old gaming store here in Houston that had some sitting on the shelves. And this was years after that box set had come out. We got that. My brothers got that and started with that. And then they bought the books and passed the box set down to me and my friends. So we started playing that. And that got us interested and got our own copies of books. And we got hand-me-downs on stuff until we could buy our own things. It was interesting. Yeah. Yep, server died. Is Pahamar here? Oh, Pahamar says, I was paged. Oh my god, Pahamar's on Beam. Hi, Pahamar. My camera's broken, but I'll wave my standee at you. Yay. Yeah, ForgeCraft One fell over. I'm not having my viewers tweet you, man. I didn't ask them to. I don't want them to bug you. If they have tweeted you, it was not under my request. I am sorry. I do apologize, but my viewers normally know better than to bother you. And that shouldn't ever be a thing. And yeah. Yeah, apparently somebody pinged Mr. Pahamar, and that's not a good thing. Okay. Server may or may not be kickable. We'll see what happens. Okay. I'm starting
to talk it over, see what's going on. I have been very graciously assisted by Mr. Bond.
Aha. Well, if we can't get one thing working, maybe we can get the tether. Yeah. Blue boxes let the vlogging commence. Not far off, man. There are people that I do not page within my existence, and Mr. Pahamar is one of them. Just like I would never page Direwolf or something. That's a bad idea. So yeah.
There we go.
Hey, Danny, what's going on, man?
My audio settings were all screwed up. Apparently, my virtual audio cable wasn't feeding back to my speakers.
Do you have Windows 10?
Yeah. What had happened is I actually unplugged my cable from the back of my motherboard because you have to have something plugged in for the speakers to pull up in Windows Sound. I unplugged it by accident, but I plugged it back in. It didn't redirect it back to the all my virtual cables did redirect it back to the speakers.
Yeah. Yeah. That is dead. I think, if I remember right, Mr. Pahamar is actually out of town. I don't think he's even at home right now. Do I have that wrong, Cuts? Do you know?
I have no idea.
Okay. Pathfinder Rise of Rune Lords. I played that. I've actually never played Pathfinder. I get the gist. I understand the rules. Oh, the server is actually down now, so maybe he's restarting it. Yeah. So yeah, we'll see if we can actually make some progress on this front somehow. Tenenkai says another fun RP game, Vampire the Masquerade. I cannot begin to express with words how bad I hate White Wolf role-playing games. I do not have a vocabulary long enough and diverse enough to actually elucidate the argument on that accurately, but I can't stand those games. 9 times out of 10, the reason is there aren't enough rules. I lost track of the number of times that my friends got into arguments because they were extremely vague rules. Mage was the worst at it, and so were big parts of Werewolf. There were big sections of Vampire that were not quite as criminal about it, but they were pretty close. They were in the ballpark, and I really hated that. I like specificity. I like, if you either have specificity of a rule, and if the players decide they don't like that version of the rule, they make their own. If you have vagaries, then you spend the entire time rules lawyering over what the developers meant about such and such phrase, and that's when your whole evening's gone. Hey, John Wary, what's going on? I have played Overwatch, Lewis Pullen. Yes, I have. I actually have it, and I wind it up periodically, and I am reminded exactly how bad I am at that kind of a shooter, and I log out. I hope that the competitive ranking would be a good move for me to jump into for Overwatch, but most times I'm so horribly mismatched against skill level wise that I don't bother. So yeah. Sorry that this is not more interesting, but I don't have anything to show. Oh, wait, I think the server's coming up.
It lives.
Well, we'll see. I don't know how long it's going to live. That is the greater question. I might step onto it and it immediately falls over.
If it acts like before, it should be okay after I restart. And it appears to be running.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to log in. I'm going to try to log in real quick. Bear with me. Oh, hell, Gygax, says Kiro. I have considered turning Gygax into a religion or some kind of a, pseudo-god name in my role-playing game, but I figured that might be infringing upon estate rights, and I didn't want to get sued, so I decided not to. It seemed funny and kind of, honorary. Then it kind of very quickly morphed into potentially, lawsuit territory, and I decided, no, let's not. There we go. Okay. I have game footage. Our battery is very low. Let's see if I can... I think I'm missing some things. Maybe not. Let's get a stack of this. Go downstairs. Time to do some routine maintenance stuff, folks. Bear with me just a minute. Gonna put one of them in. I think we have some... Yep, TNT. Back away quickly from the TNT generator. Okay, we have tons of power upstairs. on the roof. It looks like it's noon and it's raining. Because it's noon, that means I can't sleep. Go back to the old house. Okay. 6. I'm just going to wind up some power here. And... D&D Online has a whole zone for GG and a great tomb. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that, John Wary. That's neat. Hey, Saffron, what's going on? That reminds me, we still need to do some more recording. Ugh. Anyway. Okay. So I always forget. Active with a signal. That is not giving a signal out. Okay. We're getting tons of power coming in. That will be filling up post-haste. And has the rain stopped? The rain has stopped. Yay. Yay. Yep, okay. Grab somewhere in here. I have one of these. And we can start actually doing some things while Mr. Cuts works on other stuff. I do still think it would be neat, Mr. Cuts, if we could do a kind of a preview thing. If you can get it working. Yeah, he's there somewhere. He's busy.
Yep. Desperately trying to put things in and rig this to make it work.
Well, we actually have something I can show the viewers now, so we're not exactly time crunched, but, you know, hey. Let's go deposit these. I think... Oh, wait a minute, no. Some of this needs to stay behind. That does. Dun, dun, dun. I'm noticing a... Yeah? Okay. There we go. Something a bit more peppy. Yay! Okay. That is still filling up, which is awesome. Good night, Dallas Snap. Thanks for stopping by. What do you all think of the changes between Roots 1 and Roots 2 for 1.11.2? I haven't actually looked at Roots 2 because I haven't really progressed to 1.11 yet. It's not really a... Oh, yeah. I'm not going to be snarky and say it's not a version to me. That is akin to, you know, denial, but it is not a productive version to me. I can say it that way because of the... How much space do I... Okay, I've got some space. Not a lot, though. Okay. Let's put these in here. Making sure we've got enough of some of the staples we've been gathering, and I need to check. Oh my, okay, yeah, this is a mess. Hang on. Yeah, Besides hoping the server doesn't crash, what's the plan for today? Asks Arseg. I have been considering delving a little bit more into either. Oh gosh, that tree disappeared. Botania or roots. I think probably Botania, but the last real thing that I've been wanting to work on. Let me think. I got Terra Steel armor, and I know. Let's just do index Terra Steel armor. There we go. Living with twigs is pretty easy. What do I have? I have, yeah, okay, so I need to do legs. Meh. Terra Steel armor, okay. Rune of Autumn and a Rune of Winter. I don't think I have those yet. Oh no, I do have a Rune of Winter. I don't. Why does it keep backing up? Let's just go back to the. Go all the way back. Let's see. Mystical items, I think. Yep. Terra Steel armor. There we go. And Rune of Autumn. I need fire and air and a spider eye. Well, first things first, it's nighttime. I would like to finish creating some of the Terra Steel armor and some of the tools necessary. Maybe do some enchanting. Kind of depends. But for the most part, I'd like to get some actual Botania gear set up so that we could actually do the Gaia Guardian within a reasonable episode or two. Right now, the biggest thing that's been holding me back in the Gaia Guardian is, do I have leaves here? Can't remember if I have any leaf blocks. I do. Hey, what do you know? Perfect. Oh, no, I need a spider eye, too. Ooh. Actually, I know where to get those. Those are over here. I would like to actually see the Gaia Guardian fight. I've never actually done that. I've never personally done the Gaia Guardian fight. I've seen it. Never done it. So I think that would be neat. That is my current mysterious goal. Is it... On Sky Factory 3, I haven't made a Botania portal or a single piece of Terra Steel, but I have chickens for Terra Steel. That seems so wrong, says Saffron. That is a little weird. Yeah, I do hope you get to feeling better, Zephyr, over the weekend. And hey, Garjon, what's going on? I know I had another bad reason to take a sick day. Hey, Vagrant, what's going on? How are you, Garjon? I hear builders are excited about the new blocks in 1.12 snapshot I recorded with Barlock earlier. I'm, see you later, Ciro. Or Kiro. I am not the best person to ask about being excited about blocks. I think some of them have great patterns, but beyond that, I'm a little lost. Let's get, I think it is 1, 2, 3 leaves. And then we need a fire. And what was it? An air, I think. Yeah, that's something. Okay. And we get...
It's a mystery.
It is a mystery.
Except not really.
Wait, what's a mystery?
That. Exactly.
Oh.
Get this. Get a fire and air. It's a mystery, though, not really.
Yeah. Okay. You feel bad for Terra Steel. I have chickens making draconium, diamonds, redstone, and mana steel by mass producing. Yeah. Yeah, imagine Checkets trying to lay ingots. That does sound terribly painful, I will say. Yeah, I will agree with that. That does not sound like fun. Okay. So we have this, which goes here, and I need to look at... Let's go... No? Back? There we go. Living wood twigs, I can't remember. I do have some of those. And 3 Terra Steel ingots. This is the part where I can't remember if I made any extra. I think a Terra Steel ingot. If I remember right. It's like Let's do one of those. One of those. One of those. Yep, that's something. I am remembering things. I haven't completely forgotten. Botania, why is my portal closed? Weird. Okay. I did step on... I want to say it was a couple of weeks ago. It's been about a week. Actually, I think about a week. It was last week sometime. I stepped on briefly just to make sure that all the mana producing things were still producing and making and whatnot. I'm going to toss one of those right there. And, okay. So now, let's get over this. Whoa. And do our last piece of Terra Steel for this piece of armor. Then we move on to the next piece of armor. Hey. My imagination has splinters, says Zephyr. Ouch, that sounds painful. Hey, Ferg, what's going on? We were talking about, well, posteriors, so of course Ferg shows up. There is certain magic to that, I think. So I think I have to do 1, 2, 3. I put that there, and I think it's autumn. With a couple sticks on either side, and I get some fancy pants. I already have the sticks for the pants. I mean, for the boots. Now I just need 1, 2. Whoops. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There you go. I need to make sure that I'm feeding the appropriate plants. Let's just drop those down there. There we go. Those disappeared quick. Yeah, so that has been my goal for a little while that I just keep getting sidetracked off of, is actually doing the Gaia Guardian fight, and I think that would be neat. That is my second. And I need, I'm pretty sure, one more piece. Let's check the book. Yes! Yay! Okay. You do actually need that stuff. Awesome. Now we can come over here. We do this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. We put the Rune of Winter at the top. And I have a set of very fancy and extremely weird-looking armor.
Whoa.
What?
I just crashed the LP server.
And there we go. Terra Steel armor. Completely unenchanted, but it is Terra Steel armor nonetheless. Is a single-player world, says Nathan Taylor. This is not. This is a server. Normally I have some folks with me helping me out, but they're busy this evening. Hence the furious typing in the background. And Zygarde says, that's neat. Thank you, Zygarde. Yeah, this is a private whitelisted server. It is not public server. I don't have access to the whitelist or inviting folks. So, sorry. Erdani says he might have crashed the LP server. Wait, the LP server?
I'm not sure.
Or the test server?
No, the LP server. I was going to hop on and work on the project. I logged in. I was there for about 5 seconds. The client locked up, and I crashed.
If you broke that server, I will drive to where you are and hurt you. I'm just saying.
I'll hurt myself. I'm not even sure how.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay, I have a Terra Blade that I could do neat things with. Now is the point in time. Let's see. Functional. No, not functional flora. Natural apparatus, I think. Isn't there a way to enchant with... Yeah, enchanting with mana. Here we go. By utilizing the magic power emitted from mana pylons, a structure can be enchanted... that can enchant items with books without consuming them. can be created. Called the Mana Enchanter. Right. Okay. 17 obsidian blocks, 10 mystical flowers of many colors, 6 mana pylons, and a lapis lazuli block and a portrait. Sorry, I won't do that. Holy stars and garters. Let's see. Right. I think I want one of those. So how do I... Let's go to... Can I... Mana pylon. There we go. Gold. Mana diamonds and mana steel. Do I have gold here? Not enough. Let's go get some. You're not the only one. I call shotgun Vigram in maybe more ways than one. So Sapram. Yeah. So you better fix that, Aerodani.
Access the console.
You who what? Oh, you don't?
No, I don't.
Oh. Sapram does. Make him fix it.
I think Preach already said he was gonna go fix it. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Richard Falk, what's going on? I think he's given up on threatening me. I have. It's hopeless to threaten you. You are a lost cause, sir. 6. I'm gonna need, like... Wait a minute. That's not 6. That's 6. There we go. I'm gonna need 12 of those. And I think it is... What? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Solve that problem quick. I'm just going to store the gold there. I need to look at all the flowers I've got and see which one I have the most of, and that's kind of a tie. Cyan... Purple. How many did it say I needed? Enchanting with mana. 10. Okay. Perfect. Let's put that back. I need some obsidian. And a lapis block. I can go get that back here. Actually, first things first, I'm going to sleep. Start it back up, Aerodani. Give it a bit, says Dark Preacher. Saffron, you should have access to consoles. Okay, he's being a smartass. I have no access to consoles at all. I run no servers whatsoever. He runs like 4 for Purple Mentat. Now I know he's being a smartass. You're being clever. Let's do... I'm going to put this away for the time being. This bag is getting more and more full of important stuff that if I ever lose, I would be really screwed. Obsidian. Obsid. I can't spell. 17 obsidian blocks. 17 is a really weird number. Lapis. I just need one of those. Now, this is one of the wonderful, amazing, astounding things about Vazki. Right-click any block on to structure, to anchor this structure for a something something. I think. Yep, there we go. I love this capability. This is amazing. This is one of the single best features that you can have in a mod that makes it so user-friendly. I love the ghost. It is such a great thing. Whoops. Went one down too far. Because I know exactly where I need to build this. I know precisely what the dimensions need to be. There's no confusion. No nothing. Let's see. What? Did I really miscount on 17 or what? Is there supposed to be holes? Oh, there are. Okay, hang on a sec. Silly me. Tricks are for kids. Let's get these and put them back. I'm 2, 3. There we go. That works out much better. Much better. Let's see. We'll put one of those there. One of those there. One of those there. This thing is awesome. Let's get this and these. That goes right there. And that goes on top. On top, I think. There we go. And then a second here. Structure complete in text. There we go. We have our mana enchanter. This is awesome. I like this thing. I don't know if we need to put a spark on this thing or what. Anybody know? Let's read just a second. Let's go back. There we go. Okay. It's a ghost with a bone? What? What's wrong with Department 29? Ask Departments 27, 14, and 39. Okay, the department thing has gotten way out of hand. There are now officially more Twitter clients, Twitter accounts for a Grimco joke that I made one day before coffee than I actually control for Grimco. I think there are now no less than 4 Grimco spin-off accounts for rival departments. So needless to say, I am trying to concoct some way to pit all these nonsensical people against each other. And I will conquer this problem my way. But yes. Department 2, which is the lunchroom, they have radioactive lunch trays. Somebody needs to start mapping this. Like making, you know, did you ever do the org chart stuff in high school or college? Donnie?
Yeah.
Yeah, org charts are hilariously boring, but
yes,
I think everybody needs to do them once in their life. Constructing one of these requires a fair amount of space and materials alike. Not really. Instructions on how to assemble the structure are in the following pages. That's easy. After construction is done, right-click the lapis block with a wand of the forest. Okay. Boom. Oh, yes. Odds and ends. Chivos. I love my achievements. Not really. Care less. After the construction is done, right-click the lapis and wand of the forest and the enchanter will form. In order to utilize the enchanter, one would place, via right-click, the item to be enchanted in the enchanter itself and drop enchanted books in the circle around it. Items that are already enchanted can't be placed in the enchanter. Good to note. So to start the enchanting, right-click the enchanter with the wand of the forest. It'll scan the books around it, so you can do multiple books at once. Is this what I'm reading? Once it's done, a spell circle of sorts will appear around it, indicating the books can be safely picked up again. After the enchanting begins, the enchanter will require mana. It can be fed one of 2 ways, either via mana bursts or nearby sparks by placing a spark on top of the enchanter. There we go. That answers that question. Do I have spare sparks? Hey, I do. Because I'm a genius. Jeanynys. Genius. No? Think? What happens if I do... Okay, yeah. So I think that spark is... Yep, okay. You just shift right-click, and that spark is on there, so that means that should be hooked up to the spark network, which means now we need to go look at making some enchanting books, and I only have to make 1 set. It's great. Don't mind the explosions on sub-level 24. What? There's no... Okay, never mind. Yeah, I've done... Okay, Gabbro says... Here we go. Somebody is piping up with useful information. Gabbro says, I've done 6 enchantments in 1 go. Wow. We have one of those. And I would like, I don't know, let's say 5 more? Oh, of course. Cancel. I need to go slaughter some cows. Excuse me. Let's right-click, turn that on, and go moo-moo hunting. Oh, I see some. That is a joke as a Texan. Anytime you're doing road trips from city to city, it is impossible to do a road trip without having the kids in the car shouting, "Moo cow!" at least once. So, yeah. Ooh, pirate ship. I forgot that was there. Leather. Leather everywhere. Now the drop to drink. So, Mr. Kotz, you making any progress?
Still trying to get it to compile. For some reason, it decides that it wants to compile using Java 1.7. This is wrong. It needs 8. Yeah.
Did you mess up your, what's it called? Environment? Is there a blind cow around here somewhere? What the fudge is going on? Yeah, is there a bad reference in there somewhere or what? What's going on?
Don't know.
Okay, I've got a serious case of stealth cow. There it is. Jeez, come here, you. No, don't. Run, come back. There we go. There's a beehive. Woo, I need to stay away from that. Okay. Moo cow. I want to really see if I can get the set of armor set up this live stream. Hello? Okay. I have stealth cow somewhere. I'm just going to move on. And I think... There we go. That's probably going to be more than enough. Here we go. We can put that and that in there. I can go here, and I'm just going to request 5 more. Thank you. There we go. I miss Celebrity Jeopardy on Saturday Night Live. What? Mr. Connery, the sound a dog makes. What?
Oh, God, I haven't watched that in a long time.
What is he talking about?
The Celebrity Jeopardy show that was on Saturday Night Live for a while.
I cannot remember. The last time I watched Saturday Night Live, I think Eddie Murphy was still on it.
Oh, good lord.
Right? I know. It's just... Well, actually, that's not entirely true. I did watch a lot of the Saturday Night Live when, like, Dana Carvey and those guys were still on it, you know? But that was that was late 90s. I haven't watched it since then. Still have tons of power. Awesome. Don't have to worry about that. Okay. So now we go over here. Actually, first thing I need to do is get let's get a half stack of lapis. I think we still got some in the system. This thing I absolutely love. It's an Ender IO doodad. Let's see. Unbreaking. I think that's the wrong. That's for armor, right? Can't remember. Let's go over here. We have I'm gonna waste a lot of experience and people are gonna get very cranky. I'm also gonna go back here where we have a whole bunch of other experience I can grab. Stealth Cow doesn't make as good a tune as Spider Pig. That's true. Stealth cows evade Vagram to live another day. Yep. Bye, Mr. Spider. Bye, Mr. Spider. Whoosh. Okay. Yeah, for those that are not 100% clued in on what's going on behind the scenes, Mr. Cutts is actually the maintainer of ATG, Alternate Terrain Generation. He has been working feverishly, dare I say, to get it working.
Maintainer?
I
created it.
Did you? Okay, I have a hard time keeping track of who made what. So, I know that you have been maintaining it for a long time.
Yeah, I made it back in 1.5.
Yeah.
I didn't do a 1.8 version because when I tried to update, I had some big problems where what I made in my prototype didn't match what I ended up with, and I spent like 2 weeks head desking, so I just skipped it. And now I'm eventually remaking it for 110 from scratch.
Right. Yeah, so from scratch, no less. Let's get some of that. I'm going to put that back. Do we have dark? I have a whole bunch of dark steel ingots I'm just going to kidnap. Let's do that. And that. That is a book of protection. Let's top off the lapis again. We'll put the rest of these back. And I got to remember what else I want to make. I am at a loss. Okay, fire protection. Don't really need feather falling. Somebody's reenacting Saturday Night Live skits in my chat. Dark Preacher says, Eridani, are you on the LP server?
And I am.
Dark Preacher has permissions for this voice chat. I don't know why he's not stepping in. Unless he can't. Living in a small apartment/living space with a loved one that is home watching television is not always conducive towards stepping into voice chat. So I can sympathize. Respiration, blast protection, I'm not going to worry about, but I might need it. Let's see. No. Oh, thorns. That might be good. I don't remember. We have any rose bushes sitting around anywhere? Or not? No. Rose. Hey, we have 3. That is perfect. Because that's what I need. Let's put this in here. Let's get one of those and do that. That was very expensive, experience-wise. But hey, whatever. Okay. Somebody said that the Terrorblade was the best weapon, but my Terrorblade doesn't hit nearly as hard as some of my other stuff, so I think they mean that as the best weapon in Botania. Efficiency, no. Silk touch, no. I have unbreaking. Mending. Ooh. Wait a minute. Botania stuff fixes itself automatically with mana, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Breach. He snuck in.
Laziness is my excuse.
Well, that's a good excuse.
That and I had to deal with the ex-wife today on the phone, and yeah.
Should I be worried about where the strike team is headed next?
No strike team. I think I called them off. Strike team is my mom and my younger sisters.
Yep. Uh-huh.
That works.
Okay, I'm actually going to go ahead and do sharpness. Why not? Let's get a whole bunch of quartz and just see what happens when we throw it in the machine. 'Cause reasons. If we do this, whole bunch of levels. The main reason I am really excited about doing this via Botania is because you get to keep the books. Damn it, Berg, stop wishing work on me. What?
Berg's waiting for the LP server to break again.
Yeah, no kidding. Staff of Power is the best weapon, says No Wired Gaming. Really? I've never used it. Wait a minute, Botania Staff of Power or something else are we talking about? I've never heard of the Staff of Power. Okay, I already know how that works. Let's go all the way back. Mystical items. I'm curious. Is it called or is it the Rod of something? I don't know. Yes, he's always out of whack. That is actually 100% true. However, his name is out of whack because it is a mixed case that is slightly longer than everybody else's, so it's doing a wraparound. And that is basically a fault of Discord's render thing, the interface that they have for me to do this little indicator thing. So I can't control that. Sorry. Oh, well, I may be able to. Hang on a second. Let's do, I don't know.
Oh, Itachi raid.
Itachi
Hey.
raid.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, it's back in whack. Hey, Itachi, Beam Raid, and he's also hosting me. Thank you very much, Itachi. Here, let me turn on my cartoon self and salute you with a coffee mug. It's the best I can muster right now. I don't exist otherwise. Thank you very much for the raid, Itachi. Welcome, welcome. Draconic
and
Evolution.
Zach is hosting.
Yep. Oh, yeah, a lot of people hosting. I really like, there's tons of people hosting on Beam. I seem to get more hosts on Beam than people that actually do it on Twitch. I think we have a lot of just kind of viewers on Twitch, whereas we have a lot of content creators on Beam, I think, or something. I'm not sure. Words. Okay. I'm going to set that aside for now. I'm going to take all of this nonsense off. And I'm just looking for straight up like hardcore protection and like damage to the bad guy. I don't think I'm going to put anything else terribly fancy on this armor. So I think I've got the books. Thorns 3, Protection 3, and Unbreaking 3. I think I'm good. Should be able to do 1, 2, 3. People are screaming at their window right now. We've been power grinding DE armor upgrades. Cool. I'm hearing beeps. Oh, there we go. Things are happening, folks. A lot of mana is getting pulled out of the system. I'm going to start refeeding things. Let's toss that. Come back. Oh, never mind. It got him. Yay. I really do need to make one of those Kakamura's cake eating things. I just haven't gotten around to it. Kikamuras looks like a really awesome kind of a concept. God, this is eating a lot of... Oh, no, it's done. Never mind. Now we're just doing the backfill thing. Okay. So I can pick up my books again. And I have Protection 2. What was Protection 2? Weird. Okay. Unbreaking 3. We put that back on. I get a little bit of mana back. I mean, a little bit of armor back. And now we need to backfill our mana reserves just a bit. Guess what? I have mana tablets.
We have a request for Vagram Vision.
Oh, wait a minute. I think I can make that happen. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Dun-dun-dum. There we go. Probably RSEG too. Oh.
Actually, no, Richard Falk.
Ah, okay. There we go. There we go. Okay, let's empty the tablet back into the pool. And this will go back into the system. I've got another one that I'm going to do that with in just a minute. I'm just waiting for the lightning bolts to stop. If they ever do. That thing's got to be empty by now. No, it's not. Wow, okay. Cool. Yes, Vagrant Vision. Woo! What's your mana gen? Right now, I like it, No Wired Gaming. Yeah, right now my actual mana gen, well, is these things, right? Thermal Lilies around a lava source. It's being done by Blood Magic. I was going to make a bigger version of that, like more lava sources and more thermal lilies, just kind of in a vertical stack going straight down, however, in alternating layers. But we ran across a problem for a while there where I wasn't getting, we weren't getting LP in blood points into our blood network for blood magic because of a bug in spawning and other weird stuff. We fixed that, quote unquote. But I haven't really gone back to doing that. I have a Gormarillis, which I actually kind of like. It generates big chunks of mana very, very quickly. Let's toss this back in. I have some Endoflames down here that I throw coal blocks at periodically. So that's generally been what I've been doing most of my real mana gen with. So I'm going to wait for this to fill up before we can do anything else. Doing enchantments like this with 3 things at once, 3 buffs at once, I think uses a ton of mana. I'm not sure. Mr. Jepir, I'm going to say, pretty please. English only. Thank you. Get a little bit of that life of shiny armor, exactly. Yeah, our Sega's at dinner. That's right, I forgot. So yeah. I think that one is, yep, that one's tapped. Let's put that back. And these are almost, I'm going to call it over halfway. This is about 3/4. That is low. It's almost empty, effectively. Oh yeah, this thing. The Munchadoo. Munchadoo about nothing, really. It turned out I didn't like it. Unknown status. That's actually a little under half.
New subscriber.
Mr. Jepir.
Just got punted.
You got punted?
Yes, he did.
It works.
Does it?
Mm-hmm. I have it open in a thing. Yep. Finally, thanks to Time Blum helping me work out why the hell it wasn't compiling.
Ooh. Does this mean we might actually have a special thing we can do? Special things are awesome. Let's toss more of that. I'm just topping out my mana sources. Give me a little bit here, folks. Boop. Yep. Gormarillas can actually make pretty big chunks of mana pretty quick, but you can waste food and feed it too quickly. So you kind of have to pace it. Okay. Let's see. On the reserves that we had, we did a 3-book mana enchantment, and I did, what, 6 pieces of Terra Steel? I'm thinking we might actually have enough sitting around to do this, so let's find out real quick. I do 1, 2, 3. Right-click that. I hear a dinging noise, and when the circle glows, I think I can pick these back up.
It's funny because it's subtly different to the single player one I had before.
Subtly different?
Yeah, I currently have the main seed for the noise in the world set to the same value always. So it spits out the same terrain, but because the actual world seed is different, things like caves and the trees and stuff are different. So there's caves in different places. It's subtly different.
Interesting. Okay. Get 4
But
more
yeah,
of
it
these.
works. I've confirmed that it has. And it's more fun because I have a list of locations that I can actually show you by teleporting in creative because it's the same landscape.
Do you want to go ahead and... We're at just at the hour and 15-minute mark. This would be a good time if we want to take a pause. Because I am going to need to do more mana regen before I can actually do the rest of this armor. But I can do it between today and next week. The time warp. Yeah. So this is basically mana enchanting with Botania. I really do like it because you get to keep the books and use them over and over and over again. I think that's a really good trade. So the only thing is, it takes a lot of mana. So I am having to accommodate for that. Let's get some more of that. Yeah, say when, Mr. Cutts.
You're gonna need the file and everything.
I am, yeah. Hopefully it's not very big though, right?
No. It is 84 kilobyte.
Wow.
It's got no textures, no models, no JSON stuff. It's just code.
Very true, very true. So you were the original creator for ATG, huh? Huh. Okay.
Heck, I got into Minecraft modding and learned how to program Java for the express purpose of changing the terrain gen because it sucked. Back in 1.5, it was like, it was just completely random back in 1.5. So it was like, oh, here's a desert. It's touching snow.
Yeah.
So I had to do something. Then when the big change around came, I think it was in, which version was that? 1.6 or 1.7? Whichever it was that did the major world rework. It was like, well, this is pretty good now. But I'd still provide an alternative version.
That was 1.7.10, I think. I think 1.7.10 was the one that saw the major biome rework. Where they tried
I think
to make
it might have been 1.6 with 1.6, the update that changed the world.
Maybe?
Was its tagline, I think.
I remember 1.7 having new biomes in it. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Because the Savannah was new for 1.7. Okay. I'm just going to let this stew for a little while. This whole area is chunk loaded.
That's it. Sorry, 1.6 was the horse update.
Yeah. So worth it.
It was 172.
Yeah, the update that changed the world is 1.7. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, those still aren't hungry yet. I'm going to pick that back up.
Yeah.
Okay. Brad Batslap, what's going on? I'm confused now. What? Okay. I'm hoping that here in a few minutes we will have a very special thing we can do where we can show you one of the new, still very early alpha versions of ATG by Mr. TTFT Cuts.
Well, I mean, I say that it's nearly ready to go. It needs tweaking and a few more tidying up changes.
Right.
Like there's places, for instance, where like you'll find a snowy beach and then the land behind it isn't snowy. I want to adjust some temperature things, stuff like that. But
Right.
the actual how it works and the general shape of the terrain is done. Everything of the height is done. The major features are done. It just needs tweaking and cleaning up now.
Fine tuning. So would you say beta?
No, it's still an alpha version because it has no configuration and no support for outside biomes at the moment. Not that the system doesn't support them, there's just no way to add them to the lists of things that generate yet.
Right.
So the first version is going to be like no mods, no biomes from other mods work with it because it only does the vanilla and the ones it provides. But then that was what you were saying for the thing you were planning before.
Yes. Yeah, we're not going to be doing external biomes of any kind for the thing with the stuff. Okay. Yeah, once you send me the file, then I can...
I've already sent a link on Discord.
Hang on a sec.
A little while ago.
I am actually still in Vagrant Vision. I forget. I'm going to go to base cam here real quick. And then we're going to make some magic happen.
Magic.
All-terrain gerbil. Nailed it, Saffron. 100%, as always. Nothing gets past you, buddy. There we go. We get this.
Really, it's the absolute terror goblin.
The absolute terror goblin. Okay.
Alternate text generator?
Yeah, considering the number of text gen things I've written, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Let's put that in there. Now we go back.
Now we have to try and work out how to connect to each other. That's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be hilarious. Okay.
I'm pretty sure I don't have the ports in.
Australian terrain generation, says Atomic Blom.
Well, he made it happen this evening, so.
So it's going to be nothing but spiders, wall to wall. Spiders and kangaroos.
And snakes.
Yeah, and yes, and snakes.
Yes, I suppose the alternate tweet generator. That was fun.
Oh gods.
Everyone's doing their own ATGs.
Music. Oh god, the settings. Let's see.
Oh god, we're all gonna die?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's Ferg's fault.
It's always Berg's fault.
You're going
It
to need
is.
to set the world type as well when you start one.
Oh, am I? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, probably going to want to be creative as well, just flying around and seeing things.
So I'm going to do...
With this wonderful missing string on the button for the name of the generator.
World type customized. Generator.atg.
That's the one.
Smooth.
Yeah, it doesn't have a lang file in there yet.
Let's see. Do I need to put a seed in here or what?
Nope, that doesn't matter because the actual terrain is still seeded to the number 1. In proper production, that would take the world seed, but at the moment it doesn't. It just uses 1 so that I could get a consistent thing for testing.
Okay. Apocalypse turtle guns. Maybe?
You're going to want to make sure the cheat's on and
Yeah, I got that
creative.
part. I got that part turned on. Let's do game mode. See.
I mean, heck, worst case scenario, you can fly around and I can see what's going on.
Actually, hang on a second.
A TTFT cuts gem.
Okay, I don't know if this is going to work specifically because I'm behind like 2 firewalls. But
Yeah, even if it doesn't, I can still see you doing stuff.
trying to determine
Yep, that's definitely the same place.
what my Okay. Give me just a second here, folks. We are trying to make magic happen.
It might work, it might not, who knows?
That is the IP. It has been sent to you via Discord.
I'm already pasting it.
Okay, let's go back to where the magic happens. Oh my gosh.
Ouch,
Cool.
Brad. Ouch.
What did he say?
No, it's not looking likely it's getting
Ow.
through.
Another traumatic groin shot? Oh, thank you, Brad. Yeah, I'm behind several firewalls. Intentionally. I do it on purpose because I don't want
Oh yeah, definitely.
nefarious weirdos on the internet. But you
Yeah,
can
it's not exposed.
you can give me well, you know, I'm not a big fan of exposing myself.
Hey. Presumably you did already say like open to land on the menu, right?
Yeah. You hit escape and you do the button with the things and the stuff. Yeah. It's even grayed out because it's active right now.
Ooh.
Well, yeah, it can't connect because of the firewalls.
Sorry.
Fly around. I got some numbers for you to teleport to, though.
Well, right now there's this cool kind of I don't know. This is too big to be a pond. I'm gonna call it a lake.
Yeah, there's areas all over.
But the actual like it's not a cliff face. What am I thinking of? Like over here, it's
Yeah,
just
it's
kind of
all,
this cool ledge.
steep bit.
Yeah, it's neat. I like it. It's cool. This right here. I could see putting a house. Let me fly. Thank you. I could see putting a house right here on the edge. Or maybe over there on the beach. That'd be cool.
Well, there's a place which I'd like to show you for that.
Let's see. I have to do myself. What are the coordinates?
You will want to be flying, probably.
I am.
750, 80, minus 200.
Oh god, we're all gonna die. Birch forest?
You'll be on a coastline if it's
Yep.
the right place, and while you're looking inland, go to the right, and you'll find a big formation.
Are you watching on YouTube or are you watching on Beam?
YouTube.
Oh,
Are you
go-
sure? Oh, she's got a shorter delay on me.
Yeah, 6 seconds. As opposed to 30 seconds on YouTube. Outcropping of rock, yeah. Alter Toronado grew? What? After Taco Gratis? You
Yeah,
people-
it's to the right of there. If you turn 90 degrees right, follow the coast, it's to the right way.
Holy crap! That's a big mountain. It's got shape to it. I think I actually like this. This is cool. You know how abrupt, that's not the right word. Minecraft mountains, normal world gen mountains for Minecraft are just so weirdly shaped. You know what I mean?
They
all
kind of
sorts
like the peaks and whip topping.
Kind
Well,
of?
there's several things about the way that vanilla generates stuff. The base generator that it uses, the simplex generator, has a lot of 45-degree artifacts. Like, you can really obviously see there are lines, both grid aligned and at 45 degrees. And that, and the fact the way the terrain is generated is like every 4 blocks and then interpolates. You get these very kind of specific squarish shapes on things that are very familiar when you play.
Okay. I'm going to stare at this mountain for a second so everybody can catch up to the same place. Sheer faces on the shores are nice. Hobbit holes, says Blue Box. Any white cliffs of Dover, says John Wary.
On the coast, there aren't many cliffs. There are big cliffs further inland, but due to how it is, it's harder to get them working on the coast.
White cliffs of doors. Just a vertical wall, nothing but wooden doors.
White cliffs of Dover.
Yeah. I like the white cliffs of doors better. Oh God, what's the guy's name? I can't remember. Anyway, I was gonna make a doors joke. Showing my age, everybody's gonna go, who? Okay. I could see, if you're looking at this massive mountain that I'm looking at now, I could really see getting into this massive, like, you could make a keep up on that hill. Or even better, I could see the giant, like, skull kind of villains lair in the side of the mountain and just burrow into it and hollow it out. That could be. I'm seeing a lot of potential with this landscape. I'm already getting ideas on stuff I could build. And
Look around the hill behind you.
This one. Wow. What terrain is this? I'm seeing. I think. Is this hang on a second. Tundra. Yeah, this is tundra. What is Preacher doing?
The mines of Mordoria.
That would work. Wow.
That's one of the biomes I had.
Yeah.
As an in-between between plains and ice plains.
It's a transition
Mainly.
area. Oh, there's a village.
It counts as the cold side shrubland. There's a couple of things, like between forest and plains, there's woodland and shrubland, which have bushes and have less trees, so there's more of a gradient rather than it just being
Okay.
sharp.
First of all, look at this village right here. Okay, you've got a village on a slope, a very low slope, but still going down into the lower plains. I think this is very cool. And then you've actually got, it's almost foothills territory. Then you've got those cliff faces right there. I could see building right up against this. There's a little cul-de-sac kind of thing right here where the mountains kind of hook around just a little bit. This is really cool. I'm really liking this terrain gen, man.
Got another place you might like.
Yeah.
Gonna be another teleport.
Give me them numbers.
Gonna be minus 420. You're gonna need about height 100 and 2950.
2950. Wow.
This should be an island.
It is, I think. Yep, it is. It is a big island. Ooh, it's mixed biome too, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Several kinds of forest on it.
Uh-huh. Ooh, this is awesome.
It's not quite as cool as mine because in mine, in that bit of cliff, there is a waterfall coming out of it and a cave that comes through the side of it, and there's a lava pool on the far side of the shore.
Oh, wow.
But that's what I mean about the world seed is different, but the terrain seed is the same. I can point you to the same places, but the result is a bit different. Oh, you've got a cave that cuts straight through the pillar, so it actually has a piece of floating. Without caves doing that, there is no floating terrain in this at all.
Yeah. Which is probably for the good. Yep, there's one chunk of floating terrain right there. Yeah, I'm seeing at least 3, maybe 4 different kinds of forest here. At least 3. Because there's dark oak right over here. There's birch, standard oak, and I'm seeing these giant, what are these things? Spruce?
The spruce, big spruce. Yeah,
Spruce.
It's the mega tiger.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know what's mega about it, but whatever.
The big trees.
And then
as opposed to the normal tiger, which is the little trees.
Yeah. Super tiger, away! Then you got beach out here, which is technically, yeah, beach. Okay, yeah. I see what looks like another chunk of land off to the northeast. Yeah. This is amazing. What is the ocean floor? Are you using sand or mostly gravel for the ocean floor? Or are you not changing it much?
That deep down, the actual biomes, except for adding the few biomes I did, how the actual stuff gets put in is the domain of the game. So it chooses mostly gravel below a certain level.
Right.
But if you get some night vision and go look at the bottom of the ocean, you'll see some interesting stuff when it's further out. Because it's not very flat like vanilla. It's different.
Brewing. Forgot to add any eye. Potion of slowness. I can't remember.
Oh yeah, of course you'll have trouble finding
What?
the colors. They're all differently colored.
Whoop, night vision. There we go. Oh, wow. I'm seeing, oh, that's useless. Let's go back above water. Yeah, this is cool. I'm seeing some underwater cliff faces.
There's dunes.
What?
If you go into the deeper water, you'll see, well, I don't mean just on the island, but if you go out into the deeper ocean, you'll see that as you go deeper, the floor, instead of being flat, will turn into kind of dunes on the abyssal plane. You'll need to go deeper there.
I'm just heading out to sea.
Yeah, I mean, this area isn't quite deep enough for it to be visible, but it turns into dunes like a desert under the water, but in gravel. Suddenly, squid.
Yeah, lots of squid.
Yeah, it's starting to get some shape now.
Yeah, I think I'm starting to see what you're talking about. It's not just flat. There's noise to it. There's contour and shape and change, which I think adds a lot to it, because a lot of the deeper ocean areas for vanilla Minecraft can look boring.
A different type of shore. There's another area to teleport to.
Give me them numbers.
0, 80, 22, 75. This is a swamp.
Oh god, it's a swamp, all right.
You can admit your name, by the way, and it'll just assume you.
Ooh. Wow, this is very cool. I like this.
Again, the actual mottledness of the ground is a vanilla thing, but the squashing out of a coastal region so that there's more space for the swamp is part of ATG.
This is die. This is awesome. I'm gonna do times set 0. Boom. Watch all the skeletons burn. Yeah, I love the huge mountain right behind it. That slow roundedness. I'm not seeing as many sharp 90-degree corners, which is a lot better.
They'll be pretty much 0.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see kind of flattening off the top of this just a little bit, putting a little bit of a kind of a tower, stone keep up here or something maybe.
Or an
just,
observatory.
Yeah, you could put
Most places that you find will be like they need a little bit of flattening, but it shouldn't be too.
Sure. But I personally, I find that a lot better of an alternative than having so much flat space, either up or down, that it's just not very visually interesting. I really like this because I get a sense if I'm, if you're on top of one of these trees looking down these slopes, some of these slopes look downright treacherous, but they don't look so steep that it looks weird. There are a lot of just hard cutoffs, hard vertical cutoffs in vanilla that I don't like. Hey, Lord
one of the big requests this time round was for cliffs to be more of a thing. And they are, but they're not everywhere.
Yeah, we can't have wall-to-wall cliffs. For anybody that's just joining us, this is a quick sneak peek. This is a vanilla instance with only Forge and ATG, Alternate Terrain Generation, by Mr. TTFT Cuts, who is here with us in audio. I am looking at this in a single-player world. He is within a stone's throw of being able to actually get this ready to give to the masses. Am I fair in saying that?
Yeah. There's, except for the fact that it won't be compatible with biomod yet.
Yes.
I mean, internally it is, but there's just no way to define how they are used yet. That's going to be the next project. That's 2.1, where this is 2.0.
Basically, what we're looking at is a version of ATG beta that is still it has been recoded from scratch. You said for Minecraft 1.10 from the ground up, right?
Yep, totally.
Okay,
it's using completely different internals than it used to, all rewritten.
So this is a totally new version, totally new math behind the scenes, totally new formulas and whatnot. He is getting this ready. It is not ready yet, but he's working some bugs out, and this is kind of an early preview to give you guys ideas.
It's functionally correct, but I want to make some tweaks to where things appear and how they appear,
right?
And clean up some of the code itself to make it a bit more streamlined.
And you did say that it's always working off of the assumption of a world seed of 1 right now.
Right now, yeah. Instead of using the world seed, it's using the world seed of 1, which is why I can direct you to the same place and you can find the things I'm looking for.
Yeah. I really like this landscape shaping. I'm seeing some cliff faces, but not like tons, that it looks awkward. I'm seeing nice rounded edges, stuff that looks more hill-like. Here is a ravine right here. This is cool. I like this. It's even
the ravines are just the vanilla stuff. They'd be in a different place in this than that, just because that's based on the world seed. That's the decorated.
It's a ravine with a mine shaft, no less. That's awesome. So yeah, this is an early version of sneak peek at ATG, and getting to see. Oh, see, this is really cool. I like this. There's big stretches of beach with little bits of kind of grassy spots. See, there's this kind of isolated forest right here in the middle of this big beach. And it's not small, so small that it looks weird, but I like it. I think it looks cool. And there's a big crevasse over here, too. And wait a minute. I love to... Oh, there's...
I'll see if I can try to find a piece that I saw earlier. I know I didn't note down the exact coordinates because it was near one of the others, but I can't remember which, so I'm looking for it now.
Where
I think this might be it.
We'll break it in the sand.
Coastal bits.
Sand everywhere. There we go.
Pretty sure it's this landmass, though.
Do you need to? I can bring up.
Yeah, this will be one. Hopefully, if this is the right place, this will be an introduction to some of the other biomes that I've added as well, or one of the others anyway.
Okay, give me some numbers.
While you've been flying around there, probably in the other stuff, you've probably already gone past woodland and shrubland without even noticing because they smoothly gradate between plains and forest.
Right. Let's see. John Wary says, "What about BOP with ATG?" Yeah, he was just going over that just a minute ago. John Wary.
The facility there is there for it to work, but as it stands, all that needs to be done is that the biomes need to be put into the right lists in the right places. And right now, there's no facility to do that when customizing the world.
Right.
They'll work, but it won't work without it being set up, and there's no current way to actively set it up.
So that is something that is going to be coming in future versions, yes?
Definitely.
Yes.
I mean, as I say, I mean, internally, it fully supports it. It just hasn't been set up to use it, and there's currently no way to set it up to use it.
Will it be
If you see
added?
what I mean.
Will it be added to the VC4 mod pack later? Honestly, no. I'm not a big fan of adding world gen mods later in the existence of a pack, specifically
Yeah,
because...
it would totally knacker any existing worlds because they'd just be a completely different way of generation.
That's exactly why. Because if you have an existing world and you update the pack, suddenly you're going to get these really weird world seams and world lines, and it's going to make the map look ugly. And I think that's a bad idea.
And they're not going to be small with ATG compared to
they're-
vanilla. They're going to be massive differences.
Yeah, they're going to be huge differences. But I am working on another pack that should be coming out in the reasonably near future called Coop Life. And it is going to be more farming and kind of rural and less big pack centric. And it is going to be using ATG. Coop Life is going to be a smaller pack.
This is why
but
I've been
still.
rushing to get it working.
Yeah. Well, that's fine.
It's going to be
yeah.
Agrarian Skies minus Jaded Cat.
Uh-huh. Well,
Yeah.
within reason. Yeah. I want someone to fix the village spawns and make the mine shafts a little more real with entrances on the surface and whatnot, says Lord Armand 83. I would be up with that. I think that's a cool idea. Yeah, see, I'm seeing these cave entrances up to the surface right here that I think look really neat. You know, go down here, do a little bit of exploring. Saying, oh, see, this actually goes a lot deeper. Dun-dun-dun. Night vision potion. I'm in creative. Nothing can really hurt me. Go under here. Boop. Avalanche. Yeah. Really cool. I'm really liking this. I'm digging it, definitely. Do you have any more coordinates you want to throw our way?
Yep. Minus 3,000, 200, 3,800.
200 Y level?
Yeah.
Oh,
There are places in this where the sustained height level is well over 150.
wow. Okay, I'm actually going to back up a little bit. Okay, I'm at...
You'll see turn around the other way and you'll find desert instead of the cold.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now. This is high desert, basically. This would be desert up higher in the mountains. This is Y level 160 for desert easily.
Yep, this is the example of the stuff I added just today. The fact that has dunes.
Oh, let's go over here and look at the desert real quick. There's a snow-capped mountain behind us. Whatever. We can look at them. We can look at that in a minute.
Dunes?
Yeah. You see the
The
kind
spice
of
must flow.
not that kind of dunes.
You're the fifth person to make that joke today.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, like this right here that goes down, up, down. I really do like the dune shaping. It gives it a lot more interest visually.
New subscriber.
Be on the lookout, by the way, around the jungle area to the side of it for the tropical shrubland biome, which is another one of the additions I made that bridges savanna and jungle.
Okay, wait a minute. This is savanna right here. Snow-capped mountain is back that way, I think. I do have my chunk render distance set to 12. Is the jungle biome going to be up or down?
Both. It's off to the one of the side directions. To your left at the moment, from what I can see.
I think you're talking about this way. I'm going to go this way. See, I have the desert on my right, Snow Mountain on my left. I see a village.
That's no reference point for me because they're in different places thanks to the world seed.
They always generate. Yeah, okay, I see jungle over there.
Now, around the jungle, you'll probably find tropical shrubland, which is like some big trees, some jungle-type trees, and some acacia trees, and lots of grass and ferns.
Yeah, I'm seeing shrubland, woodland.
No, the other direction from the colder forest like that, there are some others.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I'll give you some updated coordinates.
Okay.
Negative 35, 75,
Negative.
150, 42, 85.
I hope I get that's right. Tropical shrubland. Hey, okay. Yeah, I'm seeing acacia. I'm seeing some jungle wood trees. Kind of
And
a
some big oak
mixture.
trees.
Yeah.
There's ferns and grass, and that bridges savanna and jungle and forest and jungle.
Huh.
Ish.
Ish. I like it. It's cool. So, do you have any ultra dense jungle kind of coordinates offhand, or do you have that kind of thing?
Yeah, there's some to the north of there.
This way. Whoop! I see it. I'm pretty sure I do.
That's just a normal vanilla jungle.
Yep.
But it's yeah, a bit more rolling than the vanilla stuff, where it's either flat or very jagged mountains.
I think it's interesting. Since Minecraft 1.5.2, I have found a sum total of 4 jungle temples ever. Across
They are not common.
across all versions, I've only found 4. Oh wow!
Now, a big contributor to that is that in the actual code for that, and the desert temples as well, they specifically ask for those biomes. So it's not like all the jungle biomes in BOP. It's literally just jungle, and you can't really change that.
Yeah. Now see, okay, this is a jungle on an uphill slope. It's not just flat. I really do like this. It doesn't have the weird, almost mesa-like objects just jutting out of it with trees on it. I think this is really good. I'm really amazed by this, Cuts. You did an amazing job.
And there's more to come.
Atomic Bomb says, I kind of feel like there should be some dithering between the sand and the grass. I think you're dithering. I mean, what?
Yes, kind of, but the beaches deliberately have that. They're the one place that has a deliberate sharp break, because when it doesn't, it looks a bit weird because they're very high contrast.
Yeah.
All the other biomes have dithering between them on the actual, well, to an extent. I need to actually increase that on the edges of stuff. And the height ranges, I need to add a bit more noise to as well, where they break at a height level. Did you mean in the desert? Because if you meant in the desert versus the grass, then I fully agree, and I want to increase that. If you mean the beaches, they're deliberately sharp.
Tropical Shrubland is brilliant, says Zephyr Wind Spirit. My favorite.
It's one of my favorites. Yeah, it's nice. It's just a pleasant place to be.
Yeah, they say my favorite biome with such deep grass. Next is swamp. Pirate of Old says, "Isn't this awesome looking?"
Yeah, I agree with the desert savanna. That's something that I need to add more of. I was hoping to have a rougher edge on that. I'm going to be probably adding some more obvious kind of mid-size, 4 or 5 meter kind of size noise to the temperature map, which should affect both snow lines going up mountains and things like the deserts.
I do want to remind people, this is completely from scratch code that was started within, the last month or 2?
No, I've been experimenting with it for several months now.
Okay.
But the actual because I built a prototype thing to be able to get the noise down without...
Yes.
Yeah, without having to actually do it in Minecraft, because it's much faster to just refresh a web page than it is to load up Minecraft.
But the actual, having a working version, that's very... not a working version, but a version this far along, this is very recent, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. And, I mean, this is also, I want to remind everybody, this is from scratch code for 1.10.2. He's not porting over. This is not just patching and updating. He started over, basically, for this version.
The general logic of how it works, how the biomes are assigned, is carried over, but the actual code for doing that is rewritten here.
Okay.
And the terrain is an entirely different approach to before.
Dark Preacher.
Since I've learned a few very useful tricks that have come in handy.
Preacher, you still hanging out with us?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to wait so that the stream can actually catch up to where I am. I'm a little bit ahead, but... so how will this affect bees? Asks Zephyr Wind Spirit. I'm looking at a roof forest cove with this wonderful mountain off to the left-hand side that's got jungle going up it. Couldn't you picture a massive, bay village? You could do the big pirate ships and the massive, 3-masted galleons and stuff like that built right in here. Couldn't you picture this?
I could see that as a pirate cove.
Yeah, easily. I'm getting so many building ideas. It's amazing. So, Cuts, how will this affect bees?
Well, I mean, certainly with 1.7, it worked with bees fine. Everything worked kind of as expected. Stuff appeared. You could find ice bees at the top of mountains.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's still the case. Mez mentioned something about them being more about lower level now, so you might need to find a low level cold zone for them, and that would be a problem because most of the cold is higher up in this.
Yeah.
So I'll have to have a word, but compared to like 1.5.1.6, where the actual code for where the bees were placed was things like because jungles only ever appeared like at near sea level, and the height of the trees was very specific, the code for placing jungle bees in those versions of Minecraft looked for a very precise, about 10 block height band, which corresponded to the top of the jungle trees while in those biomes. It never placed them because the trees were never at that height. They tended to be up hills and stuff in ATG.
Yeah.
But that's been changed completely, and that works much more as expected.
So right now what I'm hearing is that it should be fine for the most part, but there's going to be some slight adjustments that are going to be made for the more cold temperature specific bees.
There may or may not be problems finding ice bees.
Right.
There weren't before. There may be now. I don't know. And if there are, I'll have a word with Mez about it.
Yeah, again, I just want to remind everybody, I think this is the first working version of this that has left Mr. Cuts' computer, I think.
It's the first time I've actually built it, like compiled it. It's been running through IntelliJ up until this point. This is the first built version that I put out. As we found, it didn't actually compile properly because of some problems, and that's what the first hour was spent working that out.
Yeah, so I mean, this is when I say this is beta, this is early beta. I think this is super stable and it looks gorgeous. However, this is a standalone gorgeous. He has not tackled the possibility of interaction with other mods and how that will affect them yet.
Well, I mean, besides everything else, I mean, everything should fit in. All it's doing is changing the shape of the terrain.
Yes.
Whether the bees have a problem because the cold is more likely higher up and less likely cold further down, it remains to be seen. There are places in cold regions where there is snow further down and cold regions on the ground.
Yeah.
I do have one more place for that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hang on, I think just check which one it is, because I got two.
Oh, Atomic Bomb says lies. I had to build before you did, Vagram. That's true.
He had to build before I did.
Yeah, that's what he just said.
Yeah, there's one that's still a bit higher up, but it gives a better idea of a cold region. Is at minus 750, like 150, minus 250.
Okay.
For me, there's a scenic village here, but I doubt there'll be for you.
I am above a plains right now. I'm waiting for everything else.
Yep, but there'll be a big snowy mountain nearby and lots of pine, like spruce trees and forest.
Oh, there is, yeah. Yeah, okay.
Actually, this gives a good illustration of shrubland and woodland as well, because once you go from plains, you can see there's areas where there starts to be bushes and small trees, then more dense trees, then full forest. That's the plains, shrubland, woodland, forest gradient.
Yeah, you can see the transition right here from dense on the hillside, going to a little less dense farther down the hillside, a little less dense, plains. And I think this looks a lot better because you don't have those sharp, awkward edges of biomes. I really like the transitions. It's a good touch.
Unlike the old versions of ATG, there are no volcanoes in this. However, they will be a returning feature done a different way.
There you go. This is beautiful. I really do like this.
In fact, I solved the issue of mountains going over 255 this time in a completely different way by using a formula to round it off that's asymptotic to 1, so that no matter how high the effective mountain would be, it never touches the top of the world. It just gets squashed down instead.
Okay.
But keeps its shape.
So you don't get the awkward flat tops like you do in Amplify.
Nope. In fact, before I put that code in, I could only find one place where it was, and it was 2 blocks at that height anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's definitely not a thing now.
I'm going way up above cloud level up here to the top.
Oh, by the way, that's the other thing. You don't really realize, but the height level in vanilla is 128. The cloud level is 128. It's 192 in this.
Really? Oh,
so it's actually twice as high above sea level as it normally is.
Ooh, I like it. Yeah, see, this is great. I could see you could do a Skyrim-style village up here. Hunting lodge, blacksmith, all sorts of great stuff, man.
That'll be probably about 230-ish.
Way up on the tippy top is 244.
There you go. That's an area that would have probably been off the top of the world
Yeah.
had it not been squashed down.
And I mean, look at this view down here, straight down into this forest. This is gorgeous. Looking down on all the snow-capped trees.
The other thing that you can't see, Vagrant, with this is that the grass in the tundra area is red-brown rather than green.
What happens if I do this? That's a little bit further. And my machine is not freaking out.
Yeah, the other thing is that this is actually lighter on system requirements than the old ATG was, despite being more complex, because I've learned a lot since then.
Yeah, well, that is a wonderful thing. I know a lot of people that have potato PCs that will thank you for that.
I think it's still heavier than vanilla generation, but, fair enough.
Yeah, it's going to be because it's more complex and it's better done. There are so many parts of vanilla generation there, and I mean, vanilla generation works for as old as some of that code probably is, but I know some of it's been revisited, but there's probably still chunks of it that go back quite a ways. There's bits of it that I think are probably very simple, and I don't want to say ham-fisted, that's rude, but unoptimized, let's put it that way. So
well, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's done that I mean, they're still doing 3D noise there, which fair enough. That's really expensive, but the way they do it is they have they only generate points for every 4 blocks and then interpolate the result.
Yeah.
Which is why you get these very notable square results and things like that, along with the noise they use having a lot of obvious artifacts. This is using a noise solution called Open Simplex, which I found out there, which is great. There apparently have been a lot of improvements upon it since the version that I used to make it like 20% faster or something like that, I think. Something about someone realizing that it could be generalized into like 4-dimensional hyperplane, and I'm like, whoa, okay, whatever. I don't understand that.
Let's see, there was a comment. You're not going to build a castle there, maybe a castle for chickens.
Yeah, there's only about 10 blocks height between there and the top of the world.
On the top of the mountain.
Castle.
Yeah, in the top of the mountain.
Coop keep.
Yeah,
you could cut the top of the mountain off and make a very nice castle in the space.
Well, that's what I was going to say, is I would actually lop up at the top 10 blocks off and basically make enough flat space for a nice little village. You could do a nice little kind of an open village there. You could do like, the blacksmith and little farms and some stuff like that. I think it'd be really cool. I could picture some of the higher snow villages from like Skyrim and stuff like that. You could very easily do one of those villages here. And I think it'd be gorgeous.
One of the big things that I had to figure out a solution to is that since 1.8, some of the biome stuff has been changed in such a way that the temperature of the biomes drops as it goes above 64.
Yes.
By about, it's a very small number, but when it's on 0 to 1, it's per height level. And that caused some big problems. It meant there was snow bloody everywhere.
Yeah, it's
because these mountains are a lot higher.
A height-based snow system.
A hacky way around that that's basically thirded the gradient, so it takes 3 times as much height to get the same drop in temperature. Oh. And the final result is, you see how the snow is appearing on this tundra?
Yeah.
And how lower parts of it don't have snow?
Mm-hmm.
That's because that's where the temperature is dropping below 0.15, and it's gaining. That's a vanilla thing. You can't really stop that. Anywhere that's exposed to the sky with a temperature less than 0.15 will have snow put on it. Even if the place doesn't rain, if you have desert high enough up, it will put snow on it, even though no snow will fall there after you break it. And it's really annoying.
Yeah, I always thought that addition was kind of a bad idea, because it is too universal. It's too flat. I don't really like it.
The downside of the way I fixed it is that fixing it properly will require changes to Forge. The downside of the way I fixed it is if somebody does a type of custom temperature gradient for their biome that doesn't match the vanilla ones, it's going to get hotter as it goes up.
Yeah.
Because the way I did it was, because it still goes down by the same amount, I just warm it up by 2/3 of that amount, so the gradient is only 1/3 as steep. But the result is, if someone, say, set a flat completely flat, no height variation, temperature on a biome. As you go up, it'll get hotter because of that adjustment.
Here we
But
go.
yeah, it's a hacky solution, but it works because I don't know of any biome that does that.
So here we go. This is actually a beach shot straight back up onto that mountain. And I really do love this. There's a lot of ideas I can get for this. You can have paths coming down the mountain, winding back and forth through. Little houses. You could do like the Hobbit Hole village, like Rivendell or...
Now, there is a big deficiency in ATG.
The Shire. Yeah?
No rivers. There are
There's-
no rivers, and there is no way that I know that can make rivers that make sense, because all of the vanilla rivers are at sea level.
Yeah.
That's how they work. They're not really rivers so much as cracks between blobs of biomes that look like rivers. So there's no real way that because the way Minecraft generation works is that it has to work for the place it's generating, and you cannot know anything about the area around it. Because to know about the area around it, you have to generate it. So to say, oh, well, a river should be running here because it started further up the hill is more or less impossible.
Okay. So... well, yeah, but that being said, I think there are more natural breaks or separations between the land masses in this than I've seen otherwise. So I think that's a good substitute.
They're similar to the ones in Minecraft Vanilla.
Yeah.
The amount of land to see is similar.
Yeah. Well, yes, but my thing is, I'm liking the way that you've done your coastlines better. It seems like there is more of a well thought out construction, so to speak, to all of the actual continent that I'm looking at, you know?
Well, I mean, this is what I did. What I meant. I was fiddling around with the prototype, trying to get it to look right for a couple of months. So.
Yeah, and see, even down here, there's this wonderful little kind of squat hillside forest. And
the recommendation, as said there, is the Streams mod. And that works terrifically, as far as I know.
Is it...
Last time I tested it, it did.
Does it work for 110?
Yeah, there's even a 111 version.
Okay, cool. Yeah, see, there's this wonderful little island right out here. I think there's more than enough separation between where it's not this vast, infinite ocean between these huge land masses. It looks like, while the land and water ratio might be the same, it looks like it is better clustered. Does that make sense?
Well, actually, the land area tends to be, in some cases, larger, some cases small. It's, as I say, it's a roughly similar distribution.
I don't know.
Where the hills are is differently distributed, but the water to land is quite similar if you compare maps from far away. I'll be able to do that soon as well, because as I was saying, like, for doing the tweaks, I need to rewrite Pioneer, which is my mapping mod that maps the biomes over a huge area so that you can actually see generalized patterns.
See, you got this wonderful little island right here that's actually at the entrance to this big cove. There is a beach down here at the far end. There's landmass on the left and on the right, and this separates basically the inlet to the cove itself is split by this little island that I'm standing on. And I could see all sorts of purpose. You could build a lighthouse right here.
Lighthouse.
Yeah, exactly. You could do an entire village along the left and the right. You could make docks at the far end. All sorts of great stuff that I'm seeing potential for. You could just wrap an entire city around the inside of this cove.
Oh, hey, it's here. I've been here before, but I didn't have the location noted down. I need to note this down.
Hang on a sec.
Yeah.
Coordinates. There you go.
-2. No. This place I found in my own single player.
Oh. Hang on a sec. Okay, ready?
-255.
Yeah.
Like 150-ish. -700.
Okay, there's landmass generating beneath me.
Yeah, there's a little cliffy area with a really cool outcropping of rock.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, I see a lot of really great world gen in this.
Again, this was one where when I found it in my original test world, there's a waterfall coming off the cliff.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is really cool. I like this kind of stuff. Yeah, it looks like an actual coast, says Eric Gauthier. I think it's about time, Bigram, says Greater Sea. It is. We're at about wrap-up time. We're just over 2 hours. I wonder how streams would affect regrowth. Ships on the horizon. Yeah, and you'd have, at that little alcove, that little cove right there, you would actually have 5 to 6 different kinds of wood at your choice. Here, I can see at least 1, 2, 3, 4 different kinds of wood within reasonable distance.
3.
Oak, birch, spruce. Yeah, but there's a dark oak forest right there.
Oh, dark on the island. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, little island right over there, dark oak. I'm seeing more Wow. I'm seeing more birch. I'm seeing more birch and oak over there.
Actually, just to the which direction am I facing? Just to the south of there, you'll find a little cove with a. Well, it's not a cove because it's got a bit further back. It's more like a lagoon, but it's got a little dirt cliff edge to the beach, which is kind of cool.
Now there's a question, Cuts. What do your mesas look like?
Haha! They don't yet.
Aha.
That's going to be tackled by the per biome noise, which I just added today, and I got as far as doing the dunes.
Okay.
The problem is, I literally do not know where there is a mesa in this world. That's why I need to make Pioneer to find one.
Yeah. Okay.
I searched for like 2 hours and I couldn't find one.
So this is basically an early preview of ATG that we're going to be using in Coop Life, and I can't wait until there's the next version that comes out that we can test a little bit more. I am going to wrap things up here. I do want to say thank you again very, very much, Mr. Cuts, for getting this cranked out for us so we could explore this. I think it gives a lot of people wonderful ideas and something to look forward to. Also, apparently,
I'm sure looking forward to getting it working as well.
Yeah, no kidding. Also, apparently, thank you to Mr. Atomic Blom for getting things working, I guess.
Yes. Yeah, turns out the problem was mostly that my... well, first of all, there was a thing missing in the Gradle file, which meant that it was trying to compile for Minecraft Java 1.7, where it needed to be 1.8 because of the code that was being used. And then apparently my computer was pointing to an old 1.7 version of Java for the Java home anyway. So that's now fixed.
Zephyr Wind Spirit asks, can you use this seed with Coop Life? Technically speaking, I could. However, there might be slight changes. I'm guessing slight changes in the world structure.
There'll be differences.
Within the next version. But that being
if you
said,
use seed 1, the main terrain will look the same. The biomes won't be the same because I'll be doing tweaks.
Yes.
But the terrain will be the same if you use seed 1 with this in general. That being said, with ATG coming into the mix for Coop Life, I'm seeing it as being a lot easier to find very interesting places like that. So I'm not worried. I think it's going to be good. Yeah. I mean, this is with like a few, probably about 6 hours total roaming around, looking and checking things to find all these locations. As you can see, they are several kilometers away from each other.
Yeah, they are.
But there are interesting things in between, just not quite as interesting. The other thing as well is at the moment, there's an awful lot of forest. I really hope you like trees, because it's just about always endless forest. Vanilla Minecraft is not like that. It's forest interspersed with plains, and I kind of need to do something about that. I want to drop them in there as clearings. As part of the biome mix. There'll be areas which are more sparse trees, just dotted around forests and some little gaps and things like that.
D's Math just showed up at the end of the stream. Sorry. We are fixing to sign off, D's Math.
No, that'll be right, just as I join in the voice.
Oh, God. Hang on,
that was loud.
Hang on, let me adjust.
Sorry.
Oh, there you are.
There you go.
Yeah, that was painfully loud.
Woo. I don't know what happened.
Sorry about that, I'm on mobile.
No, it's cool. Thank you very much. Let's see. Yeah, John Worry says, wow, TTFT Cuts, thank you very much for showing us this. Zephyr Wind Spirit says, thank you. John Worry says, I want to play with ATG and modded Minecraft now.
Yeah, me too. I want to make Moria. I really want to now.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's as you can see, it's well on the way to being done. I just need to make some adjustments and fix up some bits here and there.
Yeah. Very, very good.
I can think of one or two people I'm going to introduce to the VOD.
Yeah.
Like a week or so, maybe. Giving me time to rewrite Pioneer and then work everything out, I'd say, give or take.
I'm going to wind things down here. I think this is going to be a very, very good stopping point for us. Thank you very much again, gentlemen, for hanging out, stopping by, and generally making the evening much better than it would have been with a failed ForgeCraft server. Thankfully, it finally got back up. So, yes. I am going to catch you folks later. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do any impromptu live streams over the weekend, but I would like to. We'll see. Keep your eyes at vagram.com/streaming for my schedule that I am actually getting off my lazy butt and updating now. Or just keeping your eyes peeled on twitter.com/vagram. And I will see you folks later. Also, don't forget, if you're new to the live stream, go to discord.vagram.com. Join the League of Ordinary Gamers live gaming community. There's lots of people there to play all sorts of different kinds of games. We're not just a Minecraft community. We've got Warframe nuts. We've got guys that play stuff like Broforce. We've got folks that are Final Fantasy 14 nuts. Some of the other Final Fantasy games. A big mix. We've even got some, I think, World of Warcraft junkies in the community somewhere. But yeah, otherwise, I'll catch you folks later. Have a good evening. And thank you for all the voice guests.
Yep.
Thank you, Vagram. Thank you, Cuts.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
Rest
also,
in peace, Deathfall users.
it's okay. I'll catch you. Bye.